Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We are going to be testing out a brand new product from Tarte. I am so excited about this one. I am actually shocked that there are not more people talking about this product. I haven't seen a thing on TikTok, and when I did a YouTube search last night, I found only one other video reviewing this product. What I have in front of me is the Shape Tape Ultra Creamy Formula. Now, it may be because this was kind of launched under the radar. It is exclusively available through QVC right now, and you can only get it in a discounted set that includes one of their quickie blending sponges as well as a full-size lights camera lashes. I will put a price for the set down here on the screen, and I will also put a link in the description box where you can purchase this as well if you are interested in picking it up. Obviously, needless to say, I am so excited about this because I have very dry skin. I struggled with the standard Shape Tape formula in the past. I did actually end up becoming a huge fan of the formula. I just really learned how to use it for my skin type. I'm really excited to see what this brings to the table, especially for those who just don't love Shape Tape and they have just been wanting a more hydrating, creamier version of it that still offers the extreme coverage that the standard formula offers. It did come with this little info card here, so I just want to go over some quick points about this. It is infused with skincare. It has prickly pear, hyaluronic acid, ginseng, vegan squalene that can help lock in moisture and promote firmness. It also has avocado and shea butters that will help nourish and again hydrate the under eye area. And it also says it has raspberry ketones and meadowsweet, which will help reduce the look of redness and hyperpigmentation, which is awesome. Now, I don't know how much of these ingredients are actually in this concealer and how much it can actually penetrate into the skin to provide a long-term solution, but it is nice that it is in there so that you feel like you're kind of doing two things at once. You've got a little skincare, and then you also have some correcting going on as well. Now, it does say that this is full coverage. It's just an extra creamy formula that will dry down to a natural demi matte finish. So this is promising quite a bit. I feel like it checks the boxes of the requirements that everyone wanted Shape Tape to be, if that makes any sense. We are obviously going to use the quickie blending sponge because that is what they recommend using with the formula. This is my first time using the sponge, so I'm excited about that. I am also going to layer under one eye just to see if we can add to the radiance and the hydration. I have the Shape Tape Glow Wand in the shade Alight. If you are new to my channel, I love this product. This is so extremely underrated and it can make your under eyes look so bright and beautiful. So we'll try this in combination with this extra creamy formula under one eye just to see if we can kick it up a notch and see if it adds any more brightness or radiance. With that being said, I'm gonna zoom you guys in because I want you guys to see this stuff in action. I want you to see the texture. I want you to see how it looks on my under eyes. The only thing I have on right now is foundation, a little bit of cream contour, and then obviously I have my brows. That's it. And obviously I am in desperate need of concealer. So let's jump into it. Let's give this a shot and let's see if it lives up to its own hype. All right, so let me tell you guys what shade I have. I have 22N Light Neutral. Quick tip, I do have more of a yellow undertone to my skin, but my under eyes tend to have a bluish, purpley darkness on the under eyes. So for that, I want to neutralize that. So I go for more of a neutral undertone. If I go too yellow or too olive, it actually ends up looking very gray. So just a tip, if you have the same skin tone as me and you want to brighten your under eyes, go for something that has a neutral undertone when it comes to your concealer. I did also hydrate my under eyes with some under eye cream before putting this on, just to let you guys know about that. I always prep my under eyes as well as my skin before I put on any makeup. So I'm gonna start off with just a little bit right here. I know that it is a creamier formula, but I don't wanna go overboard because this stuff can get thick real quick. So I'm gonna put a little bit right here, and I do wanna lift, so I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna put a little bit on the top here to conceal because I do have a lot of redness. I can say off the bat, just swiping this on, it does feel a lot more emollient. So we'll take the quickie blending sponge and we'll start blending this out. I always have a hard time, I don't know why, I struggle with finding concealer shades that I truly love. I used to use a shade that was even slightly lighter than this in the standard formula, but that's like so brightening, and the fact that I even went darker and it still looks this bright on my under eyes is like, wow. Blended out very nicely. I can say off the bat, it definitely has more of a hydrating texture to it, more of a hydrating finish. Let's go ahead and layer this up just a bit. That's the thing about makeup, less is more. I'm gonna bring it up here a bit because I'm a little bit red there. I don't really need much more out here. I'm just gonna focus it more where I have the darkness. Let's go ahead and move on to the other eye. Like I said, I'm gonna layer this glow wand underneath. Now I know that according to Tarte, you actually can put this on top of your concealer. I prefer to put it underneath. So I'm gonna layer this right here. You only need a little bit. It is a total dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Hollywood Filter. A complete dupe. It's like the same type of product. And you can tap this in with your fingers, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use the sponge. Just makes your under eyes just look so glowy and bright. I just love this stuff. Let's put the concealer right on top. Blemish right there. Let's blend. I did contour my nose. I don't know why I did that because I'm now covering it all up with concealer. So I might as well just drag some of this down the nose to kind of even that out as I'm blending this out here. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see a little bit of a difference on the side where I put the glow wand down because it did add just a little bit more of like a reflect and a little bit more of a hydration on the under eye area. It's looking pretty good and I'm not seeing like a ton of creasing under here. My eyes are so tired. My eyes are just looking a little bit more aged these days. Let me say that. But I'm thinking that it looks pretty good. I don't see that it's exaggerating any dryness. It's giving me really good coverage. I don't notice that it's caking up or anything like that. My only thing is personally, I would have just gone with a shade that was just a little bit slightly darker. This isn't horrible. I just sometimes don't prefer that just so intense, just like that stark brightness on the under eyes. It's just a little bit much for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this down with some powder. I'm actually gonna go ahead and film another video. That way we can see how this really kind of sets under the under eyes, how things are looking. And then once I finish that up, I will be right back with my final thoughts on this first impressions of the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and made a whole other video. So this concealer has had a lot of time to rest on my under eyes so we can really get a good first impressions as to what's going on with the new Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer. That is a mouthful. So one thing I will say is that my under eyes definitely look very hydrated. They do not look dry at all. I don't notice any creasing. Nothing has settled into any fine lines. Nothing is exaggerated. Now, is there a huge difference between this and simply just hydrating your under eyes and using the standard Shape Tape formula? I'm going to say yes. To me, there is a bit of a difference here. The coverage is definitely there. I would say 100% this is still a full coverage concealer. I didn't notice any difference between the coverage of the two. So to me, I'm very well versed in the standard formula. I'm getting the same type of coverage. I do prefer how this blends. Again, if you obviously are someone who has drier under eyes, more mature under eyes, you're going to love this formula because it just blends out so extremely effortlessly. I am curious how this blends out with a brush versus the sponge. Obviously, it goes without saying, if you use a brush, you're going to get even more coverage. I think the best thing that I do have to say about this is that you definitely can layer it. It's not going to look cakey, which I know is a huge complaint of some people's who aren't a huge fan of the original matte formula, is that it gets cakey very quickly. You don't have to worry about that as much with this formula. You can layer it and it is much more flush looking. You're not going to get that cakiness, that buildup, or looking like your concealer is breaking up on the under eyes. So overall, this is definitely worth checking out. I don't know if this is ever going to be available at Sephora or Ulta. Well, actually, I think Shape Tape is an Ulta exclusive, but nonetheless, I don't know when and if it's going to be available there. I don't even know if this is available on Tarte's website as of right now. I still think this might just stay possibly a QVC exclusive. I'm not 100% sure. For those who might know, or if you purchased it from somewhere else, please leave a comment down below and let the others know who are watching this video. I give it a thumbs up. I'm definitely going to reach for this more. I think it's worth a shot. Gives you full coverage and it looks great. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Please be sure to subscribe as well if you enjoy the content. It helps me out so much. And of course, hit that second subscribe button, aka that freaking bell button, if you want to get notifications when I upload videos just like this one. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your support. I love you so much. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Mwah. Bye guys.